Friends, hello everyone. Now I will tell you about two small but important moments in table tennis rules, the ignorance of which sometimes leads to an unexpected loss of a point in tournaments. These are related to the table. There is one very simple but important rule that many tennis players still don't know. This rule refers to what you cannot touch the surface of the table with during a rally. It is from the category of basic rules of the game, which determine who won and who lost the rally. So, if you touch the surface of the table with your free hand, you immediately lose the point. The free hand is the one that doesn't hold the racket. This is one way to lose a point instantly. If you want to lose a set very quickly, just touch the table 11 times. Even if you hit the ball but touch the table, you lose the point. And let's clarify this moment right away. You hit the ball, it landed on your opponent's side of the table. Then your opponent couldn't return the ball, missed it, and the ball passed by. You think the point is already won, lose your focus, and lean on the table with your free hand. And the umpire raises their hand on your opponent's side. You're confused. What's going on? I won. But no, your opponent won. Because you touched the table with your free hand. But your opponent didn't reach the ball. It's obvious he lost, right? No. Your opponent didn't get to the ball, but the rally wasn't over yet. And you touched the table. Why isn't the rally over yet? Because the ball had passed your opponent and was still in the air when you touched the table with your free hand. If, however, after bouncing off the table, the ball fell to the floor or hit your opponent in the forehead or the wall of a neighboring building, the rally would have ended and you could touch the table afterward. So, according to the rules, after the rally has started and until it ends, touching the table with the free hand results in a loss of the point. This is like in tennis on the court. There, during a rally, you cannot touch the net. And when tennis players rush to a short ball, they abruptly stop, even stand on their toes, and lean over the net, just to avoid touching it. So, if you hold the racket with your right hand and really want to touch the table with your left hand during the rally, you should switch the racket to your left hand and then feel free to touch the table as much as you want. For the particularly curious, there might be a question: what if the ball, after bouncing, flew out the open window and started falling from the 85th floor? When would the rally end? I'm not sure about that. I might suppose that you should crouch down or lie down and wait for the ball to fall to the ground. So, if you're playing on a skyscraper's roof, better close the windows. You might wonder, what about the playing hand? You can touch the table with your playing hand, holding the racket. In principle, you can touch the table with any part of your body except the free hand. These are the rules of table tennis. By the way, some umpires at tournaments don't always know this rule. I've personally encountered this a few times. And I've also heard about it many times from other tournament participants. I'm surprised by this attitude toward the matter from the referees. I've also often seen children during training lean on the table with their free hand while playing, indicating that their coaches don't teach them this rule. Moreover, I've seen one training session where the coach played with a group of students, and they approached the table one by one, leaning on it with their hands during the rally. The coach didn't say anything, although even from a technical standpoint, this is completely wrong. By the way, while we are making interesting and useful videos and reviews for you, visit our TT Maximum store more often for your purchases. That will be your best way of thanking us for our videos. This rule about the free hand and the table surface is not some special rule for World Championships or other major tournaments. It's one of the basic rules of the game that applies everywhere, all the time. Of course, people in the yard may not know this rule, but we're talking about professional table tennis, and it's better when the yard strives for a professional level, not the other way around, where sports competitions turn into yard games due to ignorance of such basic rules. Now, friends, let's move on to the second rule. It concerns the moving of the table. Many people ask if touching the table with another part of the body counts as shifting the table. Let's start with this: moving the table is also a loss of a point. If you move the table during the rally, you lose the point. But touching the table doesn't always lead to it being shifted. It depends on whether the table was moved after the touch. You are allowed to touch the table with any part of your body except the free hand. Let's say, during a rally, you quickly jump to the table and touch it with your foot. No problem, you can touch it with your foot 10 more times and even 5 times with your head. Now, another situation, you jumped to the table, but couldn't stop in time and pushed the table. You could call it a forceful touch. The table moved forward by 1 to 2 centimeters. That's it, no need to continue. According to the rules, you lost the point. Some umpires in amateur tournaments also don't know this rule and don't pay attention to the table being shifted during a rally. Even in tournaments where strong players are competing. In general, if you move the table during a rally, you lose the point. By the way, cheap tables with thin tops are usually quite light and can easily be moved during a push. But tournament tables have thicker tops and a more massive chassis. This makes them much heavier and more stable than thinner tables. So, to move a tournament table, you need to accelerate more than for a regular table. That's all, friends. If you have any questions about this topic, ask them in the comments under the video. And please click like and subscribe right now. See you.